Hey, you. Yeah, you. You didn't stumble here by chance, so let's talk. My name is Tyanne, but a lot of people call me Taj, and I'm most known for my loud New York personality and my unfiltered opinions. The Melanated Mindset is a safe space for unpopular opinions and heated debates amongst a diverse melting pot of those of us that classify as a melanated millennial. And I don't care if you got a lot of melanin, just a little bit of melanin, or hell, you just melanated by association. Everybody is welcome. Now, I can't speak for y'all, but after seeing what being an adult is really about, nah, I got some things to say. And I know y'all do too. So let's talk about it. Because what's really going on?
What is up, y'all? Welcome if you're new. Welcome back if you're not to the Melanated Mindset. Y'all know we back up in this bitch for another week, another Melanated Monday. So y'all know I got another complaint. But this week is different because my complaint of the week and my highlight of the week are the exact same thing. So let me bring y'all up to speed. Y'all, I think my son and I's breastfeeding journey has officially come to an end. And I never thought I would say that. And I'm hype as hell because y'all don't understand how draining it was. But at the same time, I'm also very sad that it's over. And I knew I would miss it. I didn't know I would miss it this much. And we're only like on day 3, but at the same time, it's like it feels amazing to have my body back for myself, like to not be at no one else's beck and call to just do whatever the hell I want. So this weekend, I'm definitely going out to celebrate and getting white girl wasted because I can do that. I can do whatever I want now because there's not another human being relying on everything that I put in my body. But at the same time, it's like, damn, I am actually going to miss being that comfort for him, being that safe haven that was his go to. And I don't know if any of y'all know this, but breastfed babies don't normally take pacifiers either. So he didn't really take a pacifier. He didn't take any bottles. He's just now starting to take bottles and sippy cups. So there was nothing else for me to give him as I started to literally cut him off. There was nothing else for him to find that comfort in. So, y'all, it was rough. It was rough. It took us longer than I wanted it to, but I'm actually glad because I think we did it the best way for us. It was a gentle break for both of us. And now your girl is, oh, that was like literally a weight lifted off of my chest. Y'all don't even understand. If you breastfed or if you're breastfeeding, you know. And we rolling right into our Fendi fact of the day. Our Fendi fact today is going to be totally different because it's going to roll us into our topic for this week, but it's also, y'all see what I mean. So, I took a personality test. I already knew what the results would be, but I took one anyway. And according to stylistco.uk, I am an alpha female personality, but I knew that, y'all knew that, anybody who know me, we all knew that. But I'm also going to read to y'all a little bit about each one of the 6 personality types, just so y'all can know what they are and try to put yourself as closely into one of these categories as possible. So for Alpha, an Alpha is a leader. She is self-assured, powerful, and confident in everything she does. Next, we have Beta. A Beta is friendly, likes to be helpful, always tries to avoid conflict, and wants to fit in. Gamma. A Gamma is driven, hyper organized, confident, and independent. Omega. Omegas are intelligent, romantic, at times slightly introverted, and overly sensitive. Delta. Deltas are great communicators despite being self-conscious and at times very shy. Sigmas. A Sigma is intimidating, loyal, emotional, and is utterly elusive. Those were the 6 different type of personality categories. I know not everybody is all of one thing or all of another, but for the most part, out of all of the ones that I just read, which one, if you had to put yourself into a majority category, which one of those would that be? So I want to talk to y'all about these personality roles because I think personality roles play a very, very large part in how our relationships play out, how our friendships play out, just how our lives generally play out, because your personality is it's how other people perceive. That's what everyone else gets of you, if that makes sense. Like that's what they know of you. They know your personality. So that sculpts your entire being, your entire way of life. Like your personality is genuinely who you are. And I even took it a step further and I took a second personality quiz on like a more detailed website. It's called 16 Personalities. And it pretty much just broke down my personality. Like, for example, it told me I was 81% extroverted, 60% observant, 61% critical thinker. I was 56% turbulent. Turbulent is just someone that's very success driven, someone that's very goal oriented, very organized. So you couple all of those subcategories under being an alpha female. And that right there tells you a lot about the person that I am. Like, do y'all agree? Like, you see what I mean? Like, knowing somebody's personality, you know a lot about them. You kind of have an idea of what to expect. Doesn't mean you should go around putting stereotypes or casting judgment on other people, but you do get a fair amount of information from someone by learning the type of personality that they have. Because let's be honest, not all personalities are compatible with one another. For example, I would think that Malik is also an alpha male. So in some households, 2 alphas cannot reign supreme. It just so happens that in our household, it works, or we figured out how to make it work, should I say. But for everybody, a lot of alpha males don't want to be with another alpha female. They don't want to be with a woman that is going to literally challenge everything that they say. They don't want to be with a woman that is equally, not necessarily as dominant as them, but as vocal as them. Some men, they want trophy women, women that just look pretty, women that just sit in a room, be seen, not heard. You get what I'm saying? So your personality role or trait, in my opinion, is going to definitely offset your relationship off rip for the reason that I just gave. And then there's a lot of like alpha females who don't want to be with alpha male. Some alpha females, they want somebody that they could just tell what to do and they just do it. Some of them really get like a power high, like a power trip, that type of stuff. Does that mean that all of them are like that? Absolutely not. But it's just based on the facts and the findings. Majority of people that have this one particular personality trait act this way or possess these characteristics. But I also feel like it's equally as big of a deal in friendships, because I notice like I could be in a relationship with an alpha male, no problem. But can I have other alpha friends? Okay, see, I'm not going to say that I can't. What I'm going to say is I just don't. And I'm now that I say it out loud, I'm wondering if that's something I subconsciously do. Like I just don't necessarily gravitate to other alpha, specifically alpha females. But I know some. I know for a fact I know some. But we're all like, I don't know. I guess we all kind of just mark our territory. I guess that sounds so bad, but like, for example, like I have friends who are alpha females. Okay, I have this one friend who I know for a fact is an alpha female, right? And then I have these other friends who, let me go back and see what they would be classified as. Okay, so out of this list, I have friends who, okay, so I have a friend who's an alpha female, and then I have a friend who is a beta female. And if you guys remember what I said, a beta is friendly, likes to be helpful, always tries to avoid conflict, and wants to fit in. Do all of those things fit the criteria of my one friend? No, but for the most part, she would probably be classified as a beta. But my alpha friend that I'm speaking about, them two seem to always butt heads. And my beta friend is always explaining to me, like telling me the things that happened with her and this other alpha female. And me and her both say, it's crazy that the other alpha female, she don't never try that shit with me. The type of shit she be saying, the type of shit she be kikiing, like the little, she don't do none of that. And part of me be waiting for her to do it just so I could see what, like, not what the explosion would be like, not necessarily picking a fight. I'm just curious as to how that would go. But I realize we never cross paths that way. And she's not my only other alpha friend that's like that. It's literally like everyone is literally in their own separate corners. I don't know if that's the alpha in me or the Virgo in me, but I don't know, y'all. Like, we literally talk about it. Like, we both will say, like, yo, she don't try none of that shit with me. And I wonder why that is. Like, not even on no cocky shit. Like, oh, she know not to try me. It's just I'm genuinely curious why she has so much to say to you about X, Y, Z and has nothing to say to me really ever. You get what I'm saying? So, personality roles play a huge part of your friendship because my beta friend is very soft spoken, very sensitive, and she's just like her feelings be hurt. And the alpha female friend I'm talking about, like, low key, she don't be giving a damn. Not even low key, high key, she don't be giving a damn. She just be saying like it is. Which I be doing, but like it's different. It's hard to, like I said, everybody doesn't fit into all of the boxes. But in this specific scenario with these two specific ladies I'm talking about, the personality roles are clear as day. Honestly. And obviously, I know y'all listening to this, y'all gonna be able to pinpoint eventually, I hope, what you classify as, what your significant other classify as. And then I would even take it a step further and do a little research and find out how compatible y'all are. Like, the deck is stacked against me and Malik, y'all. Like, alpha on alpha is recipe for disaster. Couple that with the fact that I'm a Virgo and the fact that he's an Aries, baby, that tells you everything that you need to know about what this like on this side. However, we're both not just textbook alphas, so therefore our type of alphas somehow have managed to coincide, cohabitate, and make it work. And just as another final point as to why I think personality roles are important, I honestly feel like your personality role, it affects how you communicate and how you receive other people's communication. Because if I'm an alpha, I have a certain way of communicating where I have to say what's on my mind. I always feel like I have to speak my mind. However, if I was in a relationship with someone who was not also like that, and someone that was a little more soft spoken and didn't really necessarily feel the need to voice their opinion all the time, that would affect the way we communicate. We would have to learn to communicate effectively. That would also affect how my partner would receive my communication and how I would receive their communication, because I would be expecting my partner to communicate in the same way that I'm communicating to them, if that makes sense. It's almost the exact same ideology as like love languages. You have to love your spouse or your partner in their love language and not yours. So, therefore, knowing your personality role and playing it and knowing your partner's personality role help you communicate with them, because now you know how they receive communication, so you know how to effectively communicate what you need to communicate to them. But that's just my little 2 cents on it. Yeah, this episode was real quick. I really just wanted to pop in and really just talk to y'all about this real quick because it's been on my mind heavy since I did the test recently. And I guess in January, ever since I started this like self-love kind of journey that I've been on to, transform my mind, my body, my soul, all that spirit, all that good stuff, like literally become the best version of myself. In doing so, I guess my goal was to really just try to understand a lot more of who I am, why I do the things that I do, why do I think the way that I think. I was doing a lot of self-reflecting, like, okay, trying to correct, my shortcomings, my flaws, my bad habits. So I just wanted to understand myself a little bit more, and in doing so, I found myself getting intrigued with personality traits, astrology, spirituality. Like, don't get me wrong, I am still getting down on my knees and thanking God. But I don't know. I'm kind of on this like eat, pray, love, like trying to absorb it all in. Like, yes, religion is top tier, but I feel like everything else kind of plays a role into it too. Like science, you get what I'm saying? Like science, they ain't bullshitting all the way. So I'm just trying to use my faith plus the facts that are out there to just generally try to align the stars and really generally understand myself and really come into myself. I feel like there's no better way to come into yourself than to generally know who you are, why you do the things you do. I told you I'm trying to do kind of the steps now before I get to the States and I can finally go sit on a couch and listen to a therapist, like literally listen to a therapist fix my Yana fix my life for real, because I'm trying to do some of the hard work now because I have to. Like that's the only way I've been able to really pull myself out of probably one of the most depressing times of my life. Like 2020 was rough. Like I just had a baby. I was locked in the house. It was just, yeah. So in order for me to get out of that place like I have, I just had to do a little bit of soul searching, a little bit of self-reflecting, a little bit of thinking. Y'all already know how we wrapping this up. We have to give a shout out to a Black owned business. This week's shout out goes to one of my girls, Rashonda, and at Gaines Gang. Yeah, if you need to know how to spell that, I say it every week, but I'm going to say it again. All of the businesses that I shout out at the end of every episode to get their information, figure out how to spell all of their usernames, you need to first be following the podcast at the.melanated mindset on Instagram. Find today's episode post, so that'll be season 2, episode 4. Find whatever post announced that this episode is live, and in that caption, you will find all of her tags information. So Gaines Gang is my friend's personal training business. She does offer, I know y'all are like, what? You're promoting a personal trainer? Yes, because she offers virtual services. And Rashonda is honestly amazing at what she does. She's super knowledgeable. She is a literally certified physical trainer. So she knows what she's talking about. And no, you don't need gym equipment. No, you don't need experience. She's going to tell you all you need is drive and faith. And she will get you to your goals. Rashonda is she played a really big part in the jump start of my weight loss. Once I finally decided to become more active and more healthy and health conscious after after I gave birth to my son. If it wasn't for Rashonda, I don't think I would have been able to drop nowhere near as much weight as I did. She was definitely on me. And I'm talking during quarantine, so literally sending me workout videos. She will literally send a video of her doing a workout, voiceover explaining it, and you get to literally work out literally with her in your living room. She is open for consultations. Her prices are very reasonable. But if you are one of those people that gained your little quarantine 10 pounds, quarantine 15, quarantine 20, there's no judgment. It is what it is. Hit my girl up. She could get you right. She's very personable. Personality's super A1. Energy literally out of this world, to the point where like you love that you hate that about her. You literally love that you hate that her energy levels are so high all the time. It doesn't matter if you're in Italy, if you're in the States, she will work with whatever time zone you are in, and she will get you to your weight loss goals or your weight gain goals, not just for weight loss. She knows what she's doing. She used to be in the army, so, my girl got it going on. So y'all make sure that y'all go check her out. We wrapping it up where we normally do with our word of the week. This week's word of the week is going to be unadulterated. That's literally just a synonym for genuine. And I picked that word because you have to be genuinely who you are. Like when you take these personality quizzes and they tell you about yourself, don't feel attacked. Like, I mean, it's okay to feel a little attacked, but like, take it as yeah, you're going to want to agree with the positive things that it says, but the negative things that you may not want to hear right now that you know deep down apply to you. You have to be genuine about those things. You have to face those things head on and understand, okay, this is an aspect about my personality I don't necessarily like. What can I do to change it? You have to be genuinely honest with yourself that this is who you are. Is this who you want to be? And if it's not, what are you going to do to change it? You have to be genuine to those around you. If you know you are a beta personality and you are dealing with alpha, be genuine in understanding that alpha is going to be an alpha and you are going to be a beta. Stop trying to make an alpha less than alpha, or stop trying to make a beta less than beta or a gamma. Stop trying to change someone else's personality trait or role, Stop trying to project your personality role onto other people. Let people be genuinely who they are. Let them be unadulterated. For real, for real. Understand, be genuine and understand who you're compatible with and who you're not. Not just saying like, oh, if the test says you're not compatible with someone, you don't even give them a chance, but keep that in the back of your mind when little red flags pop up, whether we're talking about relationships or friendships. Keep in mind, like, am I even really compatible with this person? Or am I just trying to force this type of relationship to prove a point, to prove that I can be, you know what I'm saying? Like, be genuine to yourself, be genuine to the people around you, because you are who you are and they are who they are. It is what it is. Be your most unadulterated self.
And on that note, if you made it this far, thank you for just rocking with me, kicking with me, chopping it up with me, all of that. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. The love, the support, it never goes unnoticed or unappreciated. And if you want to join the conversation in real time and share your personal thoughts and opinions, make sure you follow me on Instagram at the.melanatedmindset. That's where I'm going to be posting all the polls, the questions, the conversation starters, all of that. That's also going to be where you'll get to hear sneak peeks and previews into the episodes to come. It's going to be one hell of a ride. I hope y'all are ready. Until then, I'll see y'all same time, same place, next week for hashtag Melanated Monday. And remember, the goal is to be good and do good. Until then, peace, y'all.